Silence and empty space carry a certain weight. It's the knowledge that you are the only moving thing in a world that has stood still for 1,000 years. It's the feeling of being completely alone. We would do anything to avoid being left alone with our own thoughts, to pretend that we are connected. But what if solitude wasn't a punishment? What if it was the beginning? A blank canvas upon which the most meaningful connections can be painted. In 2012, a small game called Journey asked these very questions. So today I will take you back into this world to explore the answers that it has prepared. Journey doesn't bother with tutorials and exposition. It drops you into this world with no name, no backstory, and only one visible goal. A distant mountain split by an emerging peak of light. The minimalistic controls let you walk, jump, and let out a musical chime. That's it. When I first played this game as a teenager, this emptiness was intimidating. The wind whipping across the dunes, the only voice I could hear. And the ruins of a forgotten civilization, my only companion. I felt small, insignificant. At that point, I have never played anything like that. At a time when most games were about loud action and clear objectives, this was groundbreaking to me. At this time I was an early teenager. I just realized that there is more to this world than action toys and superhero movies. It was time for me to slowly think about what person I want to grow into. It was also around that time that I first got my hands on a personal computer with unrestricted internet access. I can't help but relate this feeling of being small and insignificant to my first exploring the digital space all by myself. No guidance, your first YouTube or Skype account, and an empty friend list. The curious fear of the danger of the internet that you have been told about many times by parents, school, and the TV. The game makes you feel this initial isolation in your bones. The sand shifts under your feet as you walk, your scarf flutters in the wind. You are a fragile thing in a world that is ancient and indifferent. Journey's beginning embraces solitude. It teaches the beauty of this empty moment, the sun illuminating the dunes from a distance, and the motion of your ropes and the sand around you reacting to your movements, and the quiet awe of discovering a ruin that hints at a story you don't yet understand. It allows you to exist in the present, to do nothing but traverse the world for a bit. It's a meditative experience, but a lonely one. And then something happens. At first you see them from a distance, another red-robed figure just like you, traversing the same terrain you just walked over. There's a moment of silence, hesitation. Who are they? Is this part of the game? An NPC? I'm telling you, when I picked up this game, I had no idea that there was a multiplayer component. Imagine my shock when they chimed. And I instinctively chimed back. I cannot overstate the emotional impact of this moment. In a world defined by silence and solitude, this simple friendly sound felt like a seismic event. You can't speak to them, you don't know their name or age or where they are from, you don't know if they're any good at the game either. None of the markers that we use to categorize each other work in this world. All you know is that you are no longer alone. This is what makes Journey so special to me. It strips communication down to its most basic element: intention. Your chime can mean anything. It can mean hello, it can mean look at this, or wait for me, or thank you. The magic is that even without the complexity and precision of human language, you almost always understand each other. You develop your own language that is constrained to you and them in this time and this place. You learn to read their movements, to wait for them before entering a new area. My favorite mechanic is that by chiming next to your companion, you recharge each other's scarves to fly, a mechanic that literally rewards proximity and cooperation. Everything about this is so simple, yet so effective. By limiting your ability to communicate, the game forces you to pay attention, to anticipate each other's needs, to act with empathy. Together you travel, solving simple puzzles, navigating the world. You find yourself feeling protective of this complete stranger. Their presence transformed the experience from a lonely pilgrimage into a shared adventure. The world is still vast and mysterious, but it's no longer intimidating. It's ours. Your bond will be tested. Journey isn't all beautiful sunsets and magical architecture. As you get closer to the Divine Mountain, you reach colder places. There are terrifying war machines patrolling the ruins. The last witnesses to a war long before your time, their searchlights cutting your path. Getting hit by their attacks will destroy the pieces of your scarf you have carefully collected, your symbol of life and your ability to fly freely. Facing these threats alone would be terrifying, but your chimes warn each other. You move in tandem, a silent pact to keep each other safe. When I made us hide inside a tunnel, but we still ended up attacked, I genuinely felt distressed. Even though there is no game over mechanic, I quickly rushed to my companion's side, chiming frantically, as if my simple sound could somehow bring their scarfed pieces back together. I felt a connection that 1,000 lines of dialogue could never hope to imitate. Your bond runs deeper than a quest objective, but a will to see each other through to the end. And then comes the end, the final climb up the snow-covered mountain. The icy winds howl, your movements become slow, you feel heavy. Your chime, once big and joyful, now faint, desperate. The vibrant red of your robe fades as it freezes. At this moment, the game asks its final question. What was the purpose of this newfound connection in the face of an inevitable end? You slowly drag your heavy feet beside your companion, step by step. You huddle together not to recharge your flight ability anymore, but for nothing more than a little bit of warmth against the biting cold. You are both dying, and you both know it. There is a profound beauty in this moment of struggle. You are there to witness each other's final moments, your final movements. You ensure that neither of you has to face the end alone. Your companion collapsed in the snow just next to you. Your strength has run out as well, and you collapse too. And in that final moment, the screen fades to white. A moment of peace, a journey completed. As the screen fades to white, something clicks in me. When I first played that game 13 years ago, it wasn't the ending that stuck with me, it was the beginning. That lonely desert mirroring my own first awakening to the real world, and the awareness that I was yet to carve out a place for myself. But this time it was the ending. I'll guarantee that I'll reminisce over what I felt during that death scene for my next 13 years as well. The game hadn't changed, but I had. Journey is an allegory for the cycle of life. It made me realize that my own priorities had changed. We may start out focused on our own solitary exploration, but we end up realizing that the moments of connections we forge in the face of shared struggle are what we really want to achieve. That's the lesson I'm taking back to the real world. That game company created this masterpiece that ends when I turn the game off, but the message stays. To seek out those people with genuine intentions. To be generous and caring for the people on my own journey, even if I know that everything is temporary. Because in the end, the warmth we share in the cold is all that really matters. I know that Journey is a deeply personal experience. I'd like to know how it made you feel. What moments did you connect with? Please write it down in the comments. If you liked the video, also please like and subscribe. It means more than you know. Thanks for watching.